looking back, 8-year-old me would be a little disappointed in 18-year-old me. The 8-year-old me assumed a few pretty interesting things. I'm gonna have a really fast car. I'm gonna have my first tattoo. Well, I'll have a totally awesome princely boyfriend. Now about that, and I would never, ever, ever like a football player, because football players are so overrated. Sorry. Which of course none of it's true. You know, 8-year-old me assumed that my first car would be something fast and furious and just bam, sports car. 8-year-old me was pretty sure I was getting a sports car. But 8-year-old me also didn't assume that I was going to get my first ticket at 18. Whoops. 8-year-old me watched my dad get tattoos and looked at his tattoos and really wanted a tattoo. And 8-year-old me at that point decided what she wanted for a tattoo, what she wanted put on her skin for the rest of her life. And 18-year-old me still pretty much agrees with 8-year-old me on what I want as my tattoo. And I figured it'd be my first tattoo, but everybody says you should start small so that you're comfortable with the idea of tattoos before you go and get a big one. And so that's what I figure I'm going to do. But the thing is, 8-year-old me assumed that when I was 16, because my parents would allow it, I would get my first tattoo. And I would get this tattoo that I've been dreaming of since I was 8. Well, 8-year-old me also didn't account for the fact that tattoos are expensive. And so 8-year-old me assumed that if it didn't happen when I was 16, it would happen when I was 18. Like the second I turned 18, I would go and get my tattoo. I've been 18 since April. I'm still not inked. No ink. I'm so boring. Shame on me. And of course, 8-year-old me didn't account for a lot of stuff when it came into the dating realm. 8-year-old me assumed I'd have, you know, perfect princely boyfriend, preferably blonde. I like blondes. I don't know why. And I've always liked blondes. My dream boyfriend was always, you know, all my dreams was always a blonde. Of course, a little bit buff, you know, strong, very princely, very mighty. And, you know, it's kind of a little hard to find. And when you do find it, they don't tend to go for girls like me. Because, yeah, I got a little pudgy. I got a little fudge. 8-year-old me didn't account for that. 8-year-old me was into snakes, but didn't account for the 8-foot python living in my room. She didn't account for lots of guys at my school being kind of jerks. The funniest thing is 8-year-old me was pretty sure that football players couldn't exist in my life. I could never, ever, 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 ever have a crush on a football player. Why? I don't know. 8-year-old me had some weird prejudice against football players. I can't explain that. And of course, in 7th grade, I kind of got a crush on this guy, and that crush kind of lasted through senior year. And the guy was kind of a football player. So 8-year-old me would be a little disappointed in me. 8-year-old me did assume that I was going to be an awesome rock and roll guitarist. And here you go, 8-year-old me, I started playing guitar. I'm so proud of myself. And I have an electric guitar, a very beautiful, amazing electric guitar. And 8-year-old me probably would have never imagined that I would have gotten such a cool guitar. And 8-year-old me didn't even know what a trombone was. So being successful at something that 8-year-old me had never heard of, it's a pretty big deal. And 8-year-old me should be proud of me for never letting my will falter. And for always being true to myself. So that's it for me today, YouTube. And I hope, you know, this meant a little bit to you. Leave in the comments below. Tell me about what 8-year-old you would think of you right now. Because I think that'd be cool. Or leave me a video response. That would be even cooler. And I promise I'll watch them all if you leave one. All of them. Every single one. But yes, that is it for me on Meet Me Sunday. Because it's not Monday. And I will see you on Wednesday. Right after Christmas.